What we are doing today, you guys, are making caramel apples. It's really an autumn classic, and today we're kicking that classic up a notch with 3 different recipes. Maria and Cameron have joined me in the kitchen for this collaboration.
Competition.
Put their own spin on the treat, and I can't wait to show everyone at home what we have, so it doesn't matter who wins because you all win at home.
I thought it was a collaboration.
It's a collaboration, so I guess no one can win, right?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, just saying. Okay, well, the first thing, the number one thing that people get upset about when they're making candied apples or caramel apples is the fact that the caramel and the candy won't stay on the apple. Well, this has nothing to do with the candy and the caramel that you're actually making and everything to do with the apple you're putting it on. Did you know that most apples that you buy in a store are covered in wax?
I actually did know that.
So, you know, because the farmers want to make them as beautiful as possible, so they will, you know, at market, they will be sold very quickly. So that wax is very hard to get off. You can't just wash it off with water. You can't polish it off. The only way to get this wax off so that the candy and the caramel will stick is by putting your apple in boiling water with a little bit of vinegar. So what you do is before you do anything, you're going to dip it in 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000. You want 5 seconds in there, and then you take it off. Don't worry, it's not going to harm the apple at all.
That's all you got to do.
That's all you do, and then that waxy film is gone.
It just comes right off. It kind of melts it off.
There you go. See how it's dull?
Yeah, it's a bit more.
And now your caramel and your candy will stick. So that's what we did first to make sure that our caramel and our candy
it's a great
sticks.
little hack there. I like
and Maria, you are first up to bat on this collaboration.
I made, on this collaboration / competition, I made candy apples.
Yummy.
I love candy apples during this time of year. Not only are they absolutely beautiful, but they remind me of Snow White and makes me feel like a princess. So that's where I really wanted to do with this. Yes, they really are just so fun to have at parties. Kids love them, and by kids I mean me. So, and I think you guys will like them as well, and I will show you how you can make them also. So what you want to do in a saucepan, you want to add in sugar and corn syrup and a little bit of water and boil it over medium-high heat. And just there, we have our candy thermometer right there. You pop that in because that's going to be super important because you want to cook it until it's about 300 to 310 degrees. It's called the hard crack phase of the candy making, if you will. So then you remove it from heat and you actually add in your food coloring and your cinnamon extract. And you carefully, because this is very hot, this is candy, so you want to carefully dip your apple in and you swirl it to coat, just kind of pull it straight up, and the excess will drip back into the pan. Place it on like we have right here, even.
Parchment paper?
Yeah, but the thing about the parchment paper, you want to spray it with some cooking spray because it is candy and it could stick, so that prevents it from sticking. And a tip with the food coloring too, you want to use a gel food coloring instead of just the dripping ones because it doesn't have as much water in it, so it will make sure that your candy cooks properly and hardens properly. And you want to make err on the side of more food coloring because it really soaks it in. So it takes more than you think.
In order to get that good red color.
In order to get that.
And the gel food coloring is super vibrant. It's way more vibrant than the other one anyhow.
Exactly.
So mine is sort of similar. I did the similar process, except instead of making candy, I made caramel because I've been to many state fairs. I love a candy apple, but I can't tell you how many teeth I lost biting into a candied apple when I was a child with my baby teeth, and then as an adult lost crowns in the back of my mouth. So I have since moved on to the caramel phase. So basically what I did was make a simple caramel. So on the stovetop in a saucepan, you put sugar and water and some butter, and you get that going. You really want to bring that to a boil, and then you have some heavy cream, and you want to make sure your heavy cream is warm as well, because if you put cold heavy cream into your caramel, it's going to seize the caramel. You do not want to seize it. So you're going to seize it in a minute, but right now you want it to still be very creamy. So you put your warm heavy cream into the caramel, you mix that together, bring it to 250, and then you're going to take it down to about 212. Then, before you put your apples into your caramel, here's where the seasoning comes in. You want your apples to be as cold as possible, so when you put it in that caramel, it's gonna, whoop, and there will be no drips.
It'll really kind of grab
so
on.
I take my apples.
That drip?
It prevents the drip.
That is life-changing.
So what you do is you take your stick, you put it in your apple, you put your apples in the refrigerator, you want them as cold as possible.
Get them nice and chilled.
And then you
Here it happens, everybody.
Let's see that caramel still so nice.
Let's watch the magic.
Oh, I love it. And I tilt the bowl a little bit like that. I try to get as many layers as possible.
That is amazingly satisfying to watch.
See, look at that. Because the apple's so cold, there's barely no drip, and it sticks very quickly. So now,
pretty impressive.
Before it completely dries, you want to put it in your cookies. Over here, I have ginger snaps and autumnal sprinkles. they just look like
gonna go ahead and
leaves
dip.
and stuff. So you just go like this,
Look at
and you go
that.
just like that in there.
Okay, you
and you
two.
get it, mix it all around.
You two have set the bar
just
very
like
high.
That. And now I feel like I could sell these.
Well,
I don't know, but it's not a competition.
When's the next time you're going to the fair?
Collaboration. I'm opening up a stand at the fair
I was
this year.
gonna say.
And I put it on some
You
parchment
should.
paper just like that, and there you have it. There's
That
my caramel
caramel
apple.
is so good.
Thank you. What about you, Cameron? I know that you've
Oh, well.
decided to go on the healthier side.
Well,
of
I
things.
mean, I know it's shocking for both of you.
Shocking.
But sometimes the whole apple on the stick, it's a bit too much. So what I decided to do, everybody, is I created a really delicious peanut butter honey cocoa dip for apple slices so that you can kind of dip in there and
Okay.
have a little bit at a time, and you can adjust how much you put in all at once, as far as the apple slice. Obviously, it has a little bit of peanut butter. We've got some Greek yogurt.
Healthy.
Which is also very good for you. Put that in there. And here's your honey.
Nice.
Get that. Mix it all in. We also
for
have
you.
a cocoa powder.
Oh, I love
okay?
cocoa powder.
And you can get some
Smart.
on your fingers like me, which is just fine. A little salt to contrast the sweet. You stir that all up in there.
You could put that on anything,
And
Cameron.
this, by the way, this is a
Honestly,
great.
yeah.
know.
This is a great. This is
on
great.
yourself.
It's great on your
You can put
soups.
it on you.
It's great
You can
on
put it
apple
your
slices, exactly right. But it's a really good post-workout snack. It's also a healthy little dessert. My kids have something like this pretty often, by the way. When they want
really?
a snack, they want a little sweet snack, but it's actually not that
Cute.
bad. And then there you go. You put it in your
Well,
little
dip it
side
in.
dish right
I feel
in
like all
here.
kids love apples.
See.
And there you
Let's
have it.
see.
And let's dip it in.
Hold
I mean, I'm
on.
wearing half of it on my suit
right,
right
go
now,
ahead.
but that's
Grab one of
okay.
these,
Dip it in
Maria.
here.
Get
Oh,
in
yeah.
here. Let's see.
Yummy. Yeah.
Look at that one.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, this is so good.
Oh, it's so
my
good.
gosh, this is amazing. How good is mine? Again, not a competition, a collaboration. But if you guys would like to make these recipes at home and vote, for instance, on what you think would be the best, we'll make it a competition. But it's completely up to you. Just so you know, You all, please be sure to tune in to Love, of course, which premieres Saturday, October 20th at 8, 7 Central, right here on Hallmark Channel.
Yes, it does.
Because Cameron does some apple picking and
I
some
do.
apple storing, so you'll see all kinds of apples in that movie. And make sure to download all these recipes from our Home and Family's Fall Recipes and DIYs book at hallmarkchannel.com.
Okay.